13 years and 2 months. This is how long the average person spends at work during their lifetime. So for something that takes up such a huge chunk of your life, ideally you want to make sure that this time is spent well and has some sort of meaning and is not wasted just grinding away. After all, time is our most valuable, non-renewable resource. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Faizy and I make videos on personal finance and development, and today we are exploring how to actually enjoy our 9-to-5s. The three most harmful addictions are heroin, carbohydrates, and a monthly salary, as famously said by author Nassim Taleb, this guy. Now, depending on who you are, you might absolutely just love that quote, and it might drive you to work even harder on yourself, your business, your side hustle, basically whatever it is that you are trying to achieve. Or the opposite, where you might think that this quote is absolutely rubbish and your monthly salary is perfect the way it is because it gives you a sense of security and it allows you to live a decent and comfortable life. Now, regardless of what you think of this quote and what you think is actually true, let's just assume for a second that all of the three things are true. At least the first two things probably are, but let's just assume that all three, heroin, carbohydrates, and a monthly salary, let's just assume that all of these three things are true. The monthly salary at our workplace gives us comfort, and the reason why a lot of us are fine with sticking to our jobs and not taking on a new challenge at work or starting some sort of a side hustle is that we are complacent with how easy the work actually is. Because we are basically going to get paid for the 8 hours, no matter if we work super hard that day or hardly work at all. In some jobs, you can just work the bare minimum and still get paid the same as someone who's working twice as hard as you. It is just the world that we live in. Now, I just want to make a point and say that if you're fairly young in the workforce, chances are that you've got vigor and you've got that passion to learn different skills and to gain more knowledge so you can advance onto better jobs, get a higher pay, and also develop yourself as best as you can. I mean, this is what I'm doing right now in my career. So the example that I just gave to you about being too complacent might not actually apply to you, because you might be continually challenging yourself every day or almost every day and trying to advance your career. But I do think that later on down the track, when people become mature, as in they want to settle down, have kids, have higher responsibilities, the thought of just settling for a 9-to-5 job that isn't really exciting, but it pays the bills and passes the time, gets more and more attractive. These are just my thoughts anyways, but let me know what you think. And you can see why it's so attractive. It gives you something to hold on to while you focus on the more important stuff, which is family, and then you might get stuck into a 9-to-5 trap. So to overcome this, how can you make your 9-to-5 as fulfilling as possible to make sure that the 13 years and 2 months that we spoke about earlier are the best they can be? Before we go into some strategies, if you are someone who currently works a 9-to-5 and just hate the thought of Mondays and just the work week in general, and you can't wait for the weekend to come soon enough, I've made a really important video on this exact topic. So go check it out. There's a link in description and there should be a pop-up on the screen as well. So you've got to realize that your job is much more than just a paycheck. Now let me break this down. So over time, with your complacency, you start to lose interest in your work because you're too comfortable and it's just so easy. So the challenge is gone, and the only real thing that's keeping you there just might be the money or maybe your colleagues, and that might just be it. So how is your job more than just a paycheck? Well, you have the opportunity to network with your colleagues. After all, you guys are stuck in the exact same boat, so you have at least that in common. Plus, you can also look at other opportunities and advancements in your current role to either upskill and get better at things in general. So basically, all I'm saying is that all of this will allow you to make your work life much more bearable, because now it is much more than just a paycheck. It's allowing you to improve yourself, get paid, and also have the opportunity to network with other people. Additionally, within your work, if you can find different opportunities that challenge you and times where you can really showcase your talents and skills, because otherwise the work life starts to become a drag if it's no longer exciting us or challenging us. So you might have to work extra harder and be paid the same as anyone else, but hard work doesn't stay unnoticed. And if you're in a company that promotes recognition and reward, if you can make yourself so valuable and so resourceful, firstly, the recognition will make you feel really, really good. but it's going to do wonders for you when it comes to your personal advancement. So what about those people that are stuck in a dead-end job with nothing new to learn and crap bosses and crap colleagues and all that nonsense? At that point, you might actually think that your job is worth only a paycheck and nothing else. Well, then this is the perfect time to learn new things and upskill, not through your own work because it's a dead-end job, but through online learning. This is only my opinion, but I think that the value of university degrees is declining. Because of the creation of the internet, you can basically learn the same stuff for quite a lot of things completely free or for a fraction of the cost, and the internet is essentially spreading all the knowledge. This of course doesn't apply to professional fields like medicine, engineering or law, etc. But for a lot of other stuff, it's actually quite viable. You can upskill yourself and then look for a workplace that is much better for you in the long run. Similarly, with a lot of these jobs, you might have colleagues that gossip. I think at this point, it probably happens in every single workplace. So if this is something that you can avoid, make sure you just stay out of it, because you are going to be spending quite a lot of time around these people and you are the average of all the people that are around you. So to avoid becoming like that and potentially damaging relationships, what you want to do is practice random acts of kindness. Maybe you can point out something that you saw in a colleague that was nice. And because humans are generally reciprocal beings, they will be more than happy to do the same thing to you and return the favor, which will again make you feel very good and appreciated, but also it's going to make your work life a lot easier. So that was it guys, hopefully you learned something new in this video. Working a standard 9 to 5 is something that you will have to do, even though someday you might be looking to retire early and just live off your investments. But until then, you have to work this job. Therefore, it's in our best interest to make sure that this experience can be the best it can be. And then we can have a sense of purpose and work towards something and be hopefully excited about work. So thanks for watching guys. If you enjoyed this video, I've linked 2 other videos that are quite similar to this. And those videos should be popping up right about now. So go check them out. Thanks guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. And the internet is really facilitating the